Trude had something about her. She had everything going for her. She had beauty about her. She knew what she was doing. She was smart, an intelligent person, and everything she did, just did it right. Her full name is Gertrude Catherine Pishut, P-I-S-U-T. She was born February 13, 1921. My full name is Richard Wayne Charles Zalar, and I was born here in Joliet, Illinois, July 14, 1922. I saw a picture in the paper. She was pointing to a clock showing the change in time, as we would do every year, you know. And I said, "Ooh, this girl I got to meet." So I think I met her at some drugstore someplace and had a Coke or a milkshake or something. And from then on, I would go out with her all the time. And so apparently I must have talked to her well enough, and being a year younger than she, I convinced her that she should marry me, you know. Her first big job was in Chicago, and she lived in Chicago, and that's how I got to see her, because I was in medical school, etc. I think the primary reason for going to be a physician was my brother. For some reason, his work just appealed to me. And one of my other friends was going to be a doctor, so I decided to go along with his idea, and we went to the University of Illinois in Chicago. And so our end result was that, my end result was that I went in the Army and graduated from medical school, and I was made a second lieutenant. I was in the service 5 years, but I was discharged after 2 years after the war was over, so I came out to practice after that. We were in the altar at the church, and the priest said something, and she smiled at me. She had a smile about her that was very, very enticing. You know, she could warm me up really easy. Rick was born, and then 15 months later, Junie came along. But as a mother, she was a very loving woman, you know, and she thought the world of her children. She took care of them with every ounce of energy that she had, and they loved her, you know, beyond belief. So, I don't know, it was just something about her. But she was a very intelligent woman, that also helped, and she was a good-looking woman, and she took care of herself. She knew how to impress people. And so all of these factors played in this woman's future. Everything she did was in order. She'd write down things to do here and there. But I think her overall picture was just one that she was just sure. She had that surety about her that you didn't have to worry about it, you know. My biggest concern was with Trude when she developed it, and I first found out in 1993. And then trying to learn about it and find somebody who could assess this thing and help her out. And they came back with the diagnosis: your wife has Alzheimer's disease. I think the one thing that myself or any other person that has a relative, wife, mother, daughter, whatever it might be, or husband with this disorder coming, is that they have to appreciate the fact that that person is unable to care for themselves to the point that you expect them to care for themselves. And if you can't appreciate that fact, don't keep them at home, because you'll never tolerate it and you start to get frustrated. And I've seen and heard too many stories. Well, I think the thing that bothers me most is that I couldn't do anything about it. Even though I'm a doctor and I could read the literature, my colleagues couldn't do anything about it. Well, Stratford, as I found it when I went to that visit, there was a different approach to things. The fact that they were trying to do something in a large fashion. Don't treat them like dirt. Don't treat them like they don't know what's going on. That isn't the point. You treat them like, yes, go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll be with you. That sympathy, that empathy. You have to have that. If you don't put a building up then.
My name is Steve Pishut, and Trude was my father's sister. The Gertrude P. Zalar Alzheimer Care Foundation was founded in 1999 by Dr. Richard Zalar, Uncle Dick, the goal being to have a positive impact on the way that people afflicted with dementia and Alzheimer's are treated and cared for in the United States. Uncle Dick became acquainted with the Stratford through his kind of widespread network, if you will, with various people who are experts of or deal with Alzheimer's and dementia. The Stratford seems to best meet and mirror all of the thoughts that my uncle has about how people with dementia and Alzheimer's should be cared for, and how they should have a facility available to them to not just house them and care for them, but feed and nurture them. They appreciate who the people are and who the people used to be. They listen not just to the person afflicted with the dementia or the Alzheimer's disease, they also listen to the relatives and the friends who help them understand who this person not only is now, but used to be. Helps them understand what their background is, what their family life might have been like, what their culture was, and try to help them in that manner just be better in dealing with what they're going through. What makes it special mainly is the people who are there, the caregivers who are there, the professionals who understand these dreaded diseases and understand how to deal with the people who are suffering through this. Secondly, the thing that is most impressive is the actual facility, the physical facility itself, whether it be the colors, the design, the floor plan, some of the forethought that has gone into the way physically this thing doesn't just house people, but helps them have a safe haven, if you will, as they live their day-to-day lives. My hope would be that the name Trude's House is identified with the one best way to care for, accommodate, and house people who are stricken with dementia and with Alzheimer's disease.
Which was a harder death? The death while she lived of who she was, or her actual death?
Her actual death. Because I had her here with me. Now the only time I've got is when I talk to her when I go to bed at night. You know, I talk to her every morning. No, her actual death is the one that really destroyed me almost. I couldn't take it. By myself, all by myself, except when Steve comes to visit me. Or if Nan brings my wash over, you know. And I don't even interest in, you know, doing anything more than that. So I think that the actual loss is what really gave me the trouble. I can't get over that too well. Dependable, exciting, motherly, appreciated, courageous.
Why was she courageous?
Because she had this disease for 8 years. And after 7 years, that she was able to tolerate it, but she just went along with it. And somehow she did it. I don't know how I don't know if I could do it that way. We were like this. You know, she wasn't there and I was here. We were like this.
Hold this, and we're just going to sing to Trude in honor of her birthday.
Yes,
which
we
was
are.
Yesterday, and there's a beautiful picture of her, and we'll just sing a happy birthday. I need
That's right.
everybody's voice.
Okay.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Trudy. Happy birthday to you. And you have to make a wish. Oh.
And we're all thinking of her. Yes.
Lord,
Make a wish.
I wish when I get up to heaven that she's got the door open.
She will.